Welcome back. We're halfway through the year, making it a great time to check in on those health goals, right? Remember those? Joining us now to talk about simple ways to reset healthy habits and stay on track through the rest of 2026 is Dr. Tanya Baldwin with Mercy Health. Great to have you with us here today. We're so famously on January 1st, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna lose that 10 pounds. I'm gonna start working out more. I'm gonna start eating better. And then as the year goes on, nothing changes. But how can we get over that hump?
So mid-year, this time of year is a great time to reset because the days are longer, the weather is warmer, and
we're more active usually. We're outside more, and we feel more alive.
Absolutely. And so then you can get some of the things on your to-do list done, and that is the motivation. Because once you start, then it energizes you to continue to do so.
You know, I could ask you what's more important, diet or exercise. The problem is they too go hand in hand, really.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the key is consistency. And so now is a great time to start that. And if you can do that over the summer months, you can continue that into the rest of the year.
What type of exercise is the best? I see once in a while things for just a proponent for walking. You don't have to run, you don't have to lift weights, but just going out and walking, even before dinner, after dinner, whatever you want to do, it does you so much good to be out and being active.
That is a great place to start because it's easy to do. You already know how to do it.
Doesn't cost anything.
It doesn't cost anything, absolutely. And all you need is space to walk.
What with foods? Some people, not all of us eat perfectly, but we still want to eat right and do our best. Do vitamins come into play? Is that something you recommend, or is if you eat right, you shouldn't need vitamins at all?
I think that if you eat certain foods and eat right, a balanced, diet, that you don't need that many supplements. But it depends on what stage you are in life. And so, as we mature, we definitely could use some supplements because we don't metabolize like our younger people do.
From a mental health standpoint, too, I think we forget about if you are active and if you feel like I'm doing things for my body, it kind of picks my spirits up a little bit to know you're at least being proactive instead of like you're sitting there on the sofa eating chips.
There is science behind that. When you do physical activity, it releases chemicals called endorphins in your brain, and those are feel-good chemicals.
When I get it with doctors, like talk about. We have about a minute left, but coming out of COVID, society was a mess. Everyone's mental health was a mess.
Yes.
School kids suffered missing their socialization. People had to work from home. People were missing, our alcohol use spiked, drug use spiked, everything like that. Are we coming out of that now? Are we finally getting a reset, or are you still seeing there's a long way to go?
We're seeing progress. But there is still a long way to go because some of those things that the kids miss with school, we're still seeing it when they're getting into kindergarten and those pre-formative years. Their listening skills, their behavior is off. We're seeing it, in some of the events that are happening that we see. There's still people that they haven't reconnected. And so it's still a challenge. And I will say getting outdoors and having some exercise is a great way to do that.
Boy, I thought that at least adults had the advantage of we know this is how life is supposed to be, and what we're experiencing right now is an abrasion. And whereas young kids, if this is all their world is when you're 2, 3, 4 years old, you don't know any better. You don't know that life does get better at some point.
Yes, so we have to retrain and re-educate.
Okay, it's a long road ahead. Tanya, thanks so much for being here.
Absolutely.
We'll be right back.